Hey, everybody. And uh, first off, for those of you that got to celebrate Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. I shared some pictures on my social media of my birth mother and what we did the other day. But I also know that yesterday isn't always a great time for everybody. And so I just wanted to say make sure that you're celebrating your life regardless. And today I want to share with you a very powerful exercise that's going to change your life. Okay, so this exercise is very powerful. I actually did it this morning. I do it on a day by day basis, and I will just want to share it with you today because it's going to be very impactful. So, for those of you that are mothers, happy Mother's Day. I did hope you had a great day. But regardless, you create your day. You are the vibe. You are the energy. All right, so let's get into this. So, the exercise that's going to change your life, they're called reframes. And one thing I do want to say is I do apologize. I had emails that were supposed to be sent out yesterday, but they didn't go out. And so today I'm still going to honor the 60% off for coaching. This is just for today only. It was supposed to end yesterday, but the email did not go out to remind you. So if you are interested in coaching at a 60% off rate, you can message me coaching and we'll make sure you take care of you. And this is just going to be for today and it's gone. All right, like I'm not messing around with that. This is like a big thing. So today I want to share with you this one exercise. It's called reframing. All right, and this is very, very powerful. I highly suggest you get like a journal for this. I have these things like there's a power behind writing where you take the subconscious and you bring it into conscious awareness and you're able to really just get it out of your body and create something called a new neural pathway. So has anybody in here heard about like neuroplasticity and reprogramming your brain? This morning when I wake up in the morning, one of my habits that I had built is I'll pour life into myself. So I'll listen to somebody that I love what they're putting into my brain. I want to absorb as much of them. And so one of the things they're talking about in order to change, like we have to completely change our whole personality if we're trying to change our personal reality. So that's Dr. Joe Dispenza. And so as I was listening to him, one thing too is this reframe. And a lot of times we can take the guilt, the anger, the shame of what we did yesterday, especially if maybe you have something where you're having a celebration or an event and your habits that you've worked really hard to build eventually just kind of like disappear in the moment. Have you guys ever had those moments where you are really disciplined on something and you're starting to see these shifts and then all of a sudden an event happens or you're around certain people and then it just like doesn't exist anymore, like you revert back. So the reframes is really powerful, and what you do is you write out whatever happened as if it happened in a way that you desired. I don't know if that made sense. So okay, I'll give an example. Yesterday, in celebration of Mother's Day, we went out to Rocco's Tacos, and I shared that in the picture. Well, I didn't share Rocco's Tacos, but we went to Rocco's Tacos in the picture, and we waited way too long to eat. There was 11 of us, and the first thing they bring out is a whole bunch of chips. Okay, so they bring out all these chips, and I'm like, oh man, I'm already hungry. I'm already really hungry, and I'm like, okay, I'm in a leaning out season, and this is what I'm doing. I'm doing all my food prep. I'm cooking. I have like my meals, and I just tore those chips up. I overate the chips, and then I got like it just overate, and then I got back, and I was tired. I didn't get back home because I live an hour away for like an hour. So I woke up this morning. I was like foggy minded and I have a stomach ache and just like all these things. Then I missed my night routine and it put me like in this weird energetic funk. And I want to say this because even though I know them, I know these tools of like, oh, I shouldn't have or this and that, it impacts the energy of what we're showing up for in the next day. I asked a question the other day when I went to a party, like, when did you decide to stop drinking alcohol? And I said, I stopped deciding drinking alcohol when I realized that I didn't want anything or anyone in my life to slow me down anymore. I wanted to be mentally, physically, and emotionally sharp every single day because of how amazing that feels. And I don't want to live one day where if I can control it, to be slowed down. Now, Sundays, we're going to have something called habit relapses, like yesterday, where most of the time it's not even a morning, it's a celebration that can often throw us off our our goals. And it might not seem like a big deal, but pay attention to how you feel the next 24 hours. Now, if I would have mixed alcohol with it, it would have taken me about 3 days to get back to feeling my most amazing self. Now, today, because I have the right tools, it's probably going to take me about a half a day to like recharge myself. And I'm sharing this with you because this is really powerful things that you have to put in the work behind the work to get there. So the reframes is, this is just to let go of the self beatdown, the self criticism, the like bypassing that it didn't exist, because it's going to happen again unless you're creating a new neural pathway in your brain. And so what you would do is you'd write it out as if what you did happened. So I'll share mine with you. Mine is, I would have meditated. So I did a few things in the beginning where I knew I prepped myself. So these reframes also help you for your future, because what happens in your brain is when you have something that happens, right? So you have it happen and then you reframe it as if you would have happened. The next time the situation happens, you're going to remember the path that made you feel your best self. And so you're going to take that route. Have you guys actually heard this story of them testing this on science of professional athletes? Go ahead and put like a 1 in the chat box if you've heard this. Anybody have heard of the new neural pathways with the athletes? So they did this. I'll just share with you. So they did this exercise with professional athletes with Olympian sprinters. And they were testing their brains, they were testing their muscle fibers to see how quickly the muscle fibers would twitch. And so what happened was they were doing this thing where they had the gun go off, and the sprinter starts sprinting super fast, and they're going fast, running fast, and then all of a sudden they're measuring the muscle fiber twitches, and then they have them do a visualization exercise where they have them sit down. They do the same thing. They're getting prepped for the race, and they're seeing themselves run this race. And what happened is they had the tests on them to feel the muscle fiber twitch. And what they found after they had measured, one with them actually physically performing and one where them doing the visualization, is that their muscle fibers were twitching exactly at the same rate. So when we're doing these this is where we're creating the plasticity. That's why the work behind the work of the visualization or the auto suggestion is called also auto suggestion, where we're programming ourselves, because our reaction and our behaviors are the byproduct of what's going on internally. And so there's other things that will help keep us mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy and strong and super sharp during all times. And it really comes down to the practice of daily audits. And this exercise will change your life if you incorporate it into your day every single day. And some days you're not going to have a reframe, and that's okay. Like, we want those days. It's amazing. But if we do have the days where we have to reframe, you would want to rewrite them in present terms. So I'm going to share with you quickly what I did in here. And for those of you just joining, I'm really sorry my email did not go out yesterday. So I'm going to do a live reframe where I double checked the email. It went out. It was good to go. It didn't go. I had access on my phone and I made sure it sent out. But because I do have the power to expand it, today is going to be the last day. If you want coaching from me in our inner circle team huddles, 60% off. Today's the last day, so make sure you message me the word coach, and I will make sure that I'll honor that. But today, that's it, and then it goes away. Okay, so the reframe from yesterday we'll start is that I knew that it's gonna be a very long wait period before we ate. There was 11 of us. Everybody was driving from different places. We went to Rocco's Tacos, which I know I'm weak around nachos. Those are like my weakness. We all have like something where we're like, oh, so weak. It's one of my favorite foods from what I remember. So they bring the chips out. They give me this menu. I love Mexican food. They give me the menu. And then, so what I did is I ordered a sparkling water to kind of hold me over a little bit. And then I also ordered some like grilled chicken and a lettuce wrap with avocado and some tomato sauce. And I just stuck with the plan. I stuck with the plan, and we were there all day. It was a little cloudy out, so we didn't end up going to the beach. So we went back to my brother's. And then I ended early. I got home early and I got my night routine in. So I got home by 7 instead of 10 p.m. And I got my night routine and I woke up early and I got my early morning workout in. And that's what happened. So do you notice that I said it as if like I'm telling you a story, as if it really did happen? So now what happens is I can let go of beating myself up from yesterday and I can move forward with today with a clear mind, clear energy. Because what happens is most of the time, our mental beatdown and our self-criticism and the shoulds like only drain us even more. So that's where the danger comes in when we keep taking our past into our present future. That's where the danger comes in, and that's where we actually exhaust ourselves. We exhaust ourselves because of that self-dialogue that we're not even aware of. If we just lean into the voice versus trying to shut it down and shut it up, it's going to give us a lot of information of why we're constantly or chronically not in alignment to how we want to look, feel, and show up on a day-by-day basis. So I just want to share that with you today. If you love this, make sure you like it, you share it, you save it, and you follow me. And if you want more information, just as far as the coaching, message me, coach. That's 60% off the only. Hope you have a blessed up day. And if you want a free accountability calendar, head over to the link inside of my bio, or you can go visit www.tanyacoliver.com/calendar to get a 90-day sprinting calendar to make sure that you're showing up for the things that you said you were going to do, and audit that. And there's a video with it as well to explain how to use it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Monday, and I hope you have a blessed up day. Use this exercise. It's going to change your life, and let me know the impact you feel with it. All right, bye, guys.